Hi, everyone. Welcome to Advent Member Talks. My name is Sam. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm the Director of Member Experience at Advent Coworking. We are so excited for you to join us today for our weekly event, each week featuring a different member on the topic they're choosing. So I always love learning about so many different skills that our members have. We have a community of over 300 entrepreneurs across every industry. So it's great getting to learn something new every single week. And today we're joined by Glenn Thomas, and I'm going to hand it over to Glenn in a moment. But I want to encourage everyone watching right now, go ahead, type your questions into the comments, and we'll have that Q&A at the end. All right, Glenn.
Yes, it's on me now, right?
You got it.
I love it. Thanks so much. Hey, everyone. Great to be with you today to talk about why Plan B sucks. I love that topic. I love the title of the book, Plan B Sucks, man, because Plan A is where it's at, right? I want to jump into why Plan B sucks and why it's such a captivating title. But first, I want to share with you when I was planning the talk for today, like what I immediately thought about. And what I immediately thought about was the moment in which I really understood fully why Plan B sucks. Like I kind of always knew it in my life. Growing up, I always wanted Plan A. I think most of us, we want to experience the Plan A in our life, right? We want to achieve the top thing that we wanted to achieve. But in the past couple of years, in this moment, this was a defining moment. I was sitting in a hospital. I was waiting for an MRI. And I don't know if you ever know what an MRI is, but I was having an MRI on my brain. It was a deep moment, a very deep moment. And I was looking at all the people that were coming in and out of the hospital, and I was wondering, I wonder what they were experiencing, what they were going through. And for some reason, I was supposed to be seen immediately when I walked in, but for some reason, I ended up sitting there for around 60 minutes. Now you can imagine sitting in the hospital for 60 minutes, waiting on an MRI on your brain, watching people go back and forth, not knowing what they're there for, having time to process. In that moment, I was wondering something. I was thinking about death. I was thinking about mortality. And if you ever thought about mortality, it can be a deep, dark, it can be a tunnel of thoughts. And in those tunnels of thoughts, I was thinking to myself, was I really scared of dying? And I started asking myself, am I scared of dying? And I don't think that's what it is. It wasn't that I was scared of dying. I was scared of dying full. I want to say it again. I wasn't scared of dying because I think we all know we're gonna leave this place one day. I was scared of dying full. Because I was scared of dying full, I had a what we would call in old church in the South, a come to Jesus moment. I had to really ask myself, if I was scared of dying full, then what was I going to do about it when I left that hospital? The reality of it was that I knew in that moment that Plan B sucked. Yeah, I had been living Plan Bs for a long time. I had been pushing aside my gifts, my talents, the things I was called to do in this world, because I was so focused on what the world told me was achievement, was success, that I forgot what my purpose was all about. I forgot what my gift was all about. And so I decided in that moment that Plan B really does suck. In that moment, I was living in a space of Plan B. And I decided that when I left that hospital, no matter what happened with that MRI, no matter what that doctor said, I was going to live in my Plan A. I was going to live full and die empty. I want to say that again. I was going to live full and die empty. I was going to live in my Plan A. I want to talk to you about a couple of things about living in your Plan A, about unlocking your gifts, about living your most authentic life, because Plan B really does suck. The first thing I want to talk to you about is, I want to talk to you about stop playing small. Stop playing small. Oh my goodness. Listen, if you're an Advent member, that you chose to be an Advent, and you're here for a reason. And if you're just someone watching and just listening, whatever you're doing, you chose to be here for a reason. And the reality of it is that If you're getting confused every single day, back and forth, complacent, apathy, it may be because you're thinking and playing too small. We need big vision, big goals to keep us steady and busy and focused. There's three indicators why you can tell if you're playing small. The first is that no crushes your spirit. You ever heard a no that just crushed you? A no that just say, I don't want to do it anymore. It's the no's are just, they're piling up. The no's are just getting too frequent, too often. If no crushes your spirit, that means you're playing small, because the reality of it is that no's should welcome you to dig deeper. Yeses, they don't bring you any value, actually. Yeses affirm and confirm what you already know to be true. No's say to you that something is there behind the curtain. There's something more to be gained. There's something more that you can capture. That's what no says. So if no crushes you, that's an indicator that you're playing small. I want you to welcome the no's and don't worry about the yeses. The second point I want you to understand about playing small is that the indicator is that you may be surrounded by insignificance. What does that mean? That's a big term, surrounded by insignificance. It means that things are in your space, in your circle, in your sphere that don't belong there. They bring and add no value to you. Now, I'm not gonna call out anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings today, but I mean, listen, it could be friends, it could be family members, it could be things, material, money, stuff that doesn't add value into your big vision, doesn't add value to your gift. It's insignificant. If you're surrounded by insignificance, that's an indicator that you're playing small right now. The third space I want to talk to you about is you quit. You quit when it gets really tough. I'm not trying to hurt any feelings, but I'm gonna tell you something. I've been there when I just wanted to quit. But if you're quitting when it gets tough, you're missing the point. You're missing the whole journey. You're missing the whole reason why playing big is what you're supposed to be doing. Because like I love to say, you were created on purpose, with purpose, and for purpose. You were meant to play big. So if you're quitting when it gets tough, that's the indicator that you've been playing small. The second major point I want to talk to you about is this. Plan B sucks because I need you to stop procrastinating and just start doing something. When you're in plan B, you're procrastinating. I got to plan a little bit more. I got a little bit more time on my hands. Let's stretch it out a little bit more. Listen, there's a difference between patiently planning, preparation for the success that's about to happen, and procrastinating based on your perfectionist ideals. There is no perfection in innovation. There's no perfection in big vision. You just got to go to work. You got to do it. So if you're not doing it, if you're planning all day and all week, if you've been planning for the last 6 months, it's time to go to work. Someone said one time to me, they said, I don't mind if our planning is moving us forward in progress, but I got a problem if we just planning just to be planning. Ask yourself a question: is your planning moving you forward in progress? The last thing I want to talk about around procrastination is this. Not only is doing something important, we have to tinker with everything. What does that mean? That means no matter what your focus is on, you've got to play around with it. Everything that's in front of you, you just got to tinker with some things. Most of the things won't work. Well, man, I don't want to waste time, Glenn. Well, I understand that, but most of it won't work, but you need to tinker with it all. Because ultimately, when we talk about big vision doesn't come from you giving the idea right on the head. Spanx was created just because it was just out of the blue. It was just a landmine deal. She knew exactly what she was doing when she created Spanx. No, she sold equipment door to door for 7 and 8 years. Spanx wasn't created just out of the blue, just to just hit it on the head. No, she tinkered. For decades, she tinkered. And then Spanx. Well, if you've never heard of Spanx, go ahead and Google it for yourself. Spanx is real. I need you to tinker. Stop procrastinating and start doing something. The third major point I want to talk to you about is a big one. I hope if you've not been writing anything down, this is what you want to write down right now. These are the points you want to write down. If you've not been writing anything down, if you Googling, playing on your phone, if you've been listening to some music, like this is where you want to be right here. These are the points that are going to change your life if you listen and listen in intently. I want you to be your number one fan. I want you to be your number one fan. Why is that important? I'm gonna tell you why, because I'll tell you this right now. Your big vision, if you are so courageous and brave enough and audacious enough to take on this task, your big vision, I don't care who loves you, who cares about you, who sleeps next to you, who you hang out with, it doesn't matter who's in your life. They won't get it like you get it. They're not supposed to, because it's your vision. It's your gift. It's your purpose. And the distinguishing factor between the reason why it's going to happen in your life, it's going to transform your life, is the fact that you become your number one fan when you know for certain that there's folks around you that just don't understand it. The way you become your number one fan is first and foremost, you must have faith in yourself. This whole talk that we are having right now, it means nothing if you don't have faith in yourself. And I'm not talking about religious stuff. I'm not talking about what your religion is. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you have a religion. I mean that you have a belief in yourself that is so audacious, that's so undeniable, that when you wake up in the morning and you think about the goals, it just makes you laugh at yourself. Oh my God, are you crazy, Glenn? You have the audacity to have that big vision. But that's faith. You have to have that type of faith. The second point of it is that in order to be your number one fan, you must give yourself grace. And what's grace? What is grace? What is grace in the fact of how we share grace with others? I'm talking about grace for yourself, though. I know a lot of entrepreneurs. We're good about getting on ourselves and being hard on ourselves and getting down on ourselves. And when we hear no's and when we hear rejections and when they say, no, you can't get that funding, or no, that client doesn't want you anymore. We're good about getting down on who we are and what we are about and why we're here. But the reality of it is that people may come and pat you on your back. People may say it's okay, but at the end of the day, when it's silent, when there's silence, are you giving yourself grace? Are you saying to yourself, it's okay? It's okay, because we understand that the big vision that we have is bigger than no. The big vision that we have is bigger than a rejection letter. The big vision that we have is about the gifts and the purpose that we were created for. And because of that, we have to say, it's okay. We'll start again tomorrow. I want you to give yourself grace. The last one. Yeah. If you didn't write any one of the other ones down, I want you to write this one down. The last one. It's a special one to me. It's a special one to me because we've coming through a time now through COVID and all the heartache and heartbreak and jobs lost and business loss and family loss. And there's so much loss that the last one means everything to me. I want you to love yourself. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Of course I love myself. I love myself, right? No. I want you to love yourself. You hear me? I want you to love yourself. It's the type of love that that is mandatory, it's necessary. Because when we wake up with our gifts, there's a lot of things in the world that say that your gift won't make room for you, but I'm telling you that it will. Your gift can't be taken from you. Your purpose can't be stolen from you. But in order for your gift to continue to make room for you, you have to, unabashedly, you have to vigorously, you have to necessarily, you must love yourself. There are going to be times when you don't want to do that. There are going to be times when you want to say, I'm just going to take the plan B approach. It's going to be times when you're going to say, plan A is just too hard. I'm hearing too many no's. I'm getting too many rejections. I want to quit. There are going to be times when that's going to happen. I promise you that. You will hear more no's than yeses. If you live long enough, you will hear more no's than yeses. I promise you that. But remember, no's are the welcome call. They're the welcome call to dig deeper. They're the welcome call to think higher. Yeah, think higher and dig deeper. I like that. I like the feel of that. Think higher. You've got to love yourself. You've got to do the things that are necessary to show up in your gift. Plan B sucks. Not because it's plan B. No, that would be an easy answer. Plan B sucks because you took your gift and you decided to run away from plan A. That's why. Plan A is right there for you. It's sitting right there in front of you. If you're not even your plan A right now, you're thinking about, well, what is my plan A? I really don't know my plan A. I'm just doing what I feel I'm good at. Like I got a rhythm. I want to ask yourself something. You can determine whether or not you're in your plan A or not. Ask yourself, are your gifts and your passions meeting the world's needs? Are your gifts, your passions, meeting the world's needs? That's where purpose is. That's where purpose is. And more than likely, that's where your gift is. That's where your plan A is. Those are the questions to ask yourself. I want you to stop playing small, and I want you to stop procrastinating and start doing something. I want you to become your number one fan. It was in that moment in that hospital chair, I literally had to become my number one fan because I was living in my plan A, scared to die full. I don't know, you ever ask yourself, why am I scared to die, or am I scared to die full? It's a scary thought. To leave this world with all of that gift, all those talents, all that stuff that's inside of you that's built for this world. It was created for this world. It's a gift for a reason. We call them gifts for reasons. You know why? Because they're meant to be given. And the empty feeling that we feel many times, that emptiness, that feeling of not feeling worthy enough, not feeling purposeful enough, that feeling is the absence of giving the gift. You ever served somewhere before? You ever volunteered somewhere before, and when you left, you felt high? I know, you know what I'm talking about. You felt high. You felt amazing. You felt full. That's giving your gift. That's when your gift and your passion connect for a world need. You were doing something that was filling you up. That's plan A. That's what plan A is. I want everybody to remember that we all have a plan A. Plan A isn't just one thing, no. Plan A isn't just this one single thing. Plan A can be many things, but you got to understand that plan A is encompassing your gifts and your passions, where the world connects a need. We all have it. We all have it. If we all live in our plan A, you won't be walking around here talking about plan B sucks anymore. You'll be living full and dying empty. I want you to live full. I want you to live full. I think that's the motto of the day. If you can write live full down, just write it down. If you can remember live full down, understanding what it means to live full, then I think that you're going to live a life of joy. You're going to live a life of abundance. You're going to live a life that's meant for you. And in that, you ain't never got to worry about saying plan B sucks anymore, because you're going to be living in your plan A. Is that all right? All right.
Wow, thank you, Glenn, so much.
Thank you.
Live full.
Gotta live full. Gotta live full.
Yeah, and I love that too. Are your gifts and your passions meeting the world's needs? Because I was there. You were saying, "What's your plan A?" And I was like, "I don't. How am I supposed to know? I don't know. I don't have a plan A. I don't have a plan B. I'm just like you said, I'm just doing the things that I'm good at, right? I'm just wandering that path, and not thinking about what is the bigger picture, what's my bigger purpose. So I love that. I love that phrasing.
Yeah, many of us are living, but not learning how to live. Not learning how to live, and if we're living to learn, we get caught up in a cycle that doesn't really show us a healthier way, a more abundant way. But if we're learning, then what we're doing is we're transforming from the inside out, and we're understanding how to live that abundant and joyous life.
Absolutely. When you're working with your clients, what tactics or exercises do you have to help them identify their plan A?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have a lot of exercises, but I think the one exercise that's really transformative for so many people, it stumps folks a lot, is the purpose exercise. It's the purpose one. I ask them, write down all the things that you enjoy doing. Every single thing, all the things you enjoy, all the things that you love, like just write them all down. I don't care how many you have. You may have 50, doesn't matter. But after you finish writing them down, I want you to cross out all the persons, places, and things. Every person, place, and thing that's on that list, I want you to cross it out. What typically happens, what normally happens, is that most people either don't have anything left or they have one or two things left. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean that the people in your life aren't important, that they don't bring you purpose. But what we're trying to get to is absent of persons, places, and things. Persons, places, and things. Things that actually, people and things and places, they can be taken away. So absent of those things, what do you love? What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about that will always be with you no matter what? So some people have said they're passionate about service. Well, so you can't take service away. You can serve in a million different ways. No matter what, you can't take service away, right? Some people say they're passionate about writing or inspiring people. Well, those things are hard to take away. But if you're passionate about your Mercedes, well, I'm going to tell you something. Your Mercedes can be taken away in a lot of different ways. And so when you finish that exercise, when we get down to the things that you're passionate about, absent of persons, places, and things, then we ask you to write an affirmation statement. And we want you to use verbs. We want you to what's the action? What's the thing that you want to do in your life based on your gifts and your passions? Because you know what you're gifted at. You know what you're really good at. You may not like doing what you're good at, but Just, go with the exercise. What are you gifted at? What are you really good at? All right. And write down the sentence. When I did the exercise years ago, I ended up with, I want to inspire people to love more abundantly, passionately, and selflessly in the service and care of others. I want to inspire people to love more. It changed my life, though. Because what happens is when we're able to write down a personal purpose statement, it holds us accountable. We can run from it. You can go to your plan B and your plan C if you want to. But you'll always have that purpose statement. It'll always be in the back of your head. Mine's on my refrigerator, so I see it every day. And anytime I'm lingering over the plan B, I'm reminded by what my gift and my passion and the world's needs are. Every single moment of the day. And that's an exercise that can transform your life. If not now, sooner than later.
I'm writing it all down. I have the notes. and for folks watching live right now, I'm taking notes for you. It's in the comments. Check it out. It's all there. But for everyone watching, this later, Glenn, what is the best way for folks to connect with you, get in touch, and learn more about the work you do?
Sure, no problem. Check us out. All social media. Hard Work Leadership Group is our group. And so you can check us out, Hard Work Leadership Group, on LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, we're everywhere, Twitter, Glenn Speaks, TikTok, Hard Work Leadership Group, and TikTok. Yeah, we're on Hard Work. Yeah, we love TikTok. Yeah.
What's your favorite trend, though? Dance?
I like all the dances. I love music and dancing. So, I'm not saying I can do them, but I love them. So everything new that comes out, I'm laughing at it. I'm trying to do it in my private home. I'm not doing it on TikTok, but I'm doing it as well. So
I love it. Can you walk in place? Because that's the one that I'm just like,
yo, the walking in place is bananas.
Right. I'm just like, how?
I've gotten some tips about it. I'm going to try it, but it has a lot to do with the knee bend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? The knee bend, back and forth knee bend, and obviously not walking forward. So
right. So. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Glenn. And I believe we have you joining us again later in October. So everybody stay tuned for that. We'll be excited to have you back. And if you are an Advent member watching this today, sign up for a member talk. You have a gift to share. You have your plan A, you have your passion, and we want to learn about it, and we want to support you here at Advent. So thanks, y'all, and I hope you have a great evening.
Awesome.